Hello, welcome. This is it's a twin flame reading and it's for March, and it could be to do with your twin flame, like your actual twin flame, or it could be just anyone really that's just emotionally disconnected, because it's just basically the main thing that we all find with our twin flame is that they're just really emotionally disconnected. So it could be anybody in your life who's just totally avoidant of emotional connection, and it doesn't matter how hard you try to get them to connect emotionally, they just won't do it. And often that is your twin flame that is like that, but it could be a family member or a friend or even a soulmate. It could be anybody that just doesn't really want to emotionally connect, and that's how I do these readings for the twin flame energy. Because they're normally the runner. It's not normally the runner that would be watching a tarot reading on twin flame. It's usually the person who's more tends to fall into the chaser, the person who wants the emotional connection, and your twin flame counterpart is normally the one that doesn't want the emotional connection. So it could be to do with your twin flame, but equally, like I said, it could be anybody in your life who's just emotionally not able to connect with you. And we're going to just find out what's going to happen in March, and we're in March now because it's the 1st of March. So let's just see what Spirit's saying about this person and what's going on. Okay, thanks for liking and subscribing, and if you want to book in, you can go to my website. It's awakeningtarot.co.uk. I'm not quite used to saying it yet. Okay, heart. You begin to feel your heart beat faster when you are close. Well, that's if that is happening for you, great. But I would say that probably most of us, whoever this person is, that you know, you're not really physically close to them, but perhaps when you do usually get together, there is this kind of feeling within your heart and it beats fast. Now there's also here something about confusion. All seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide answers that you need. So it may feel like quite a confusing time as you begin March about what's going on with this connection, what's going on with this person that just can't emotionally connect with you. The recent past, you've been really careful. You've been really vigilant about what you do with this person. I think you've been really, really cautious and careful. You know, it's been a bit of a struggle in your life, to be honest with you, and that's probably an underestimation, but this has been a very struggling time for you. That's the struggle of life, okay? And that's you being careful, vigilant, careful, because you don't want to get into this situation again. You don't want to go through this kind of struggle ever again. There's obviously been a relationship here with somebody that emotionally finds it difficult to connect. And the thought of going through this again is really, really not nice. Okay. So that it's been a struggle. It's been difficult, and it's probably making you much more careful about what you do going forwards, relationship-wise. Now, you have got the Fool here. So this is a new beginning as you start off March. Okay. It's a new beginning, and you don't really know where it's leading you, you know. It's like, whoa, where am I going? What am I doing? Now, you've got here progress, okay? Now, also, this is skill. So you've got the skills now because of what you've been through, because of the struggle you've been through with your twin flame or whoever it was that didn't want to emotionally connect with you. You've gone through so much struggle, you've actually accumulated some skills. Okay, because the Three of Pentacles represents skills. And you now have the skill to be able to proceed with your life in a more careful manner. Okay. So I think the confusion should get cleared up here. The person you think about, they're trying to create a better balance in their life. They're coming into a better balance. When they were involved with you, lack of balance, or something was becoming unbalanced, but they're obviously doing something to address the balance. They're trying. This is a new beginning for them. It's good news for them, really. It's good news for them. They may have been working quite hard lately, focusing on work and money, King of Pentacles. You know, this person can be a bit lazy at times in different areas of their life. They can be a little bit lethargic or slow. But there's a new beginning here where they're trying to get more balance. They're probably focusing on work or money. Okay. It is good news for them. It feels like a positive change for them. This person does still think about you. They do. They've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay. They need, if they're going to do anything with you, they would really need to apply themselves, because that's a card of application. And they would need to really seriously think about what it is they can actually offer you and if they're able to do that or not. Because I sense with that person, they can be quite immature and they can get easily distracted, you know, and they need to think about what it is they're doing. They've got the Departure card, so it's quite strange, really. I mean, I feel like this person has moved away from you, and there's been some kind of departure there. But at the same time, they're thinking. They can't really stop thinking about you, even if they're not around, because this person does feel extremely passionate towards you. If it's not a lover and it's a friend or something like that, this person thinks about you a lot, but they're immature in their approach and they're too distracted by things, too distracted by their own ego, perhaps too distracted by other things in their life that they like doing or have other responsibilities they have. So they're sort of torn in two. I feel they're torn in two because you can look at the cards. Torn in two because one half of them wants to kind of run and the other half of them, they can't deny it. I'm sorry, but Page of Pentacles for me, that's a passionate card. That is somebody that really wants to connect with you and have a bond with, maybe not a bond, but they want to see you. This is somebody that wants to see you, but they can be immature about it. How do they feel in March? Let's have a look. Magician. Okay, they're quite open with this card. This is a very open energy, and it also means merging with spirit. Okay, it does mean merging with spirit. They're remaining open. Interesting. They're trying to move forward, and they've got a bit of a heavy heart here. I'm wondering whether they've got some regrets here about how things have gone with you. They're sort of regretting certain things. They feel sad, or they feel sad about their own past for some reason. But that is definitely moving forward, moving on. They're trying to be open about what's going to happen next. I think in a way, this person doesn't really know what's going to happen next. You know, maybe that's why they've been focusing a lot on their work or their life purpose, because quite honestly, they don't really know emotionally what the next steps are going to be in their life. They're trying to be open, but they've obviously got some regrets. So they're sort of torn in two. Again, that does represent being torn in two. On the one hand, they're open to what the universe brings, and that's quite a positive energy. But then on the other hand, they've got a heavy heart about the past. Again, focusing on work. This seems to be the way they deal with things. If this person can't deal with emotions, which obviously we know they can't, because that's the whole point of this reading. This is to do with somebody that finds it difficult to connect with emotions. What do? They revert back to focusing on their work. They revert back to just focusing on their life purpose or their responsibilities. If they're not in a formal job, then they just focus on their responsibilities and they just make that their, you know, priority, because they don't really know what to do about their emotional life. They don't know what to do about you. Now they've got here the King of Swords. they're going to seem quite cold. You know, they're going to seem quite cold. They're not trying to be cruel. I think this person is just doing whatever they feel they know how to do, which is to cut off from emotions. Quite honestly. This is just basically what you get from this person time and time again. You know, they kind of can be quite critical. Okay, they can be quite critical, this person. They can tend to blame other people for their problems rather than take responsibility. Okay. I just have to say that. I feel as well with the King of Swords energy, they sort of expect perfection of people, and that's a bit unfair. I feel this person expects perfection and can sometimes stand in the field of judgment, you know, on the throne of judgment. And it's a bit unfair because they're too quick to point a finger at everyone else for their faults, and this person doesn't actually look at themselves very easily to sort of think, well, how have I contributed to this situation? You know, they want to see themselves as being in the right quite a lot of the time. This is quite a funny energy you're dealing with here. You may not even be dealing with this energy anymore. I know a lot of you do message me and say, look, my twin flame situation is done. This could be somebody that you've been involved with since your twin flame, who also has been emotionally disconnected. Because I think that does happen after a twin flame. Quite often the next relationship you have is with somebody that is emotionally not very in tune with themselves. Now, what's hidden that you don't see is that you are making the right decisions. You are getting yourself into a very good position here. Okay, so if this is about somebody who you've met since your twin flame and it's been a bit disappointing, you know, it's been a struggle, and it's disappointing because, you know, you were all ready for a new start with somebody, but they just kind of departed. They just kind of seem to find other things to do, or they sort of felt like it wasn't really for them to go very deep with you, and they sort of changed their mind or something. You know, it's been a bit disappointing. I mean, like I say, this person is definitely thinking about you, and they definitely still find you attractive. But Spirit is saying, you know, you are making the right decisions. You are making the right decisions to be very vigilant to this person and not ask for them back, or kind of go into another situation straight away that's kind of going to end up similar. You know, they're saying, you know, you're wise to kind of keep single for a while. You're wise to sort of do that because you can kind of raise your own self-esteem and self-worth and connect with yourself and appreciate your own value. Get yourself in a more solid position so that next time you're in a relationship or connection with someone, you know, you're going to be very firm in your power, and, you know, you're going to be assertive, and you're going to know how to proceed. I think you sort of basically have already got the skills to do that because you've got the Three of Pentacles. So you have got some really good skills now about recognising and observing people when you first get involved with them. You know, is this person really looking for a relationship? Is this, yeah, I might feel chemistry, I might feel attraction, but is this really wise to proceed? You know, I think you're just going to be a lot more vigilant and mature in your approach to relationships going forward. And if it's to do with a family member or a friend, I think, again, you're a lot more mature in your approach so that you don't open yourself up to people too much and give too much of yourself. You're just being more careful. Let's have a look what else we're getting here. You're becoming more content and happy in yourself as well. I did say February was going to be a really good month, and I think it really was, because I think it was a month for those of us like that are soul family on this channel. I think February was such a great month because although it was hard and it was testing, it was a breakthrough. It was definitely a month of breakthroughs whereby we've sort of become this energy. You know, we're much more content and happy in ourselves. We're much more emotionally connected to ourselves. We're not participating in things that don't feel good to us anymore. You know, we're just in a much more conscious vibration, and we're being, like I say, careful about how we proceed going forwards. And Spirit's kind of backing you up and saying, you know, you have made the right decision about this person, because they do anything they can to cut off from emotions. There's no doubt about that. The advice from Spirit really is, with this person, something can't be harmonised, and it's a shame because there's a lot of potential here. You would be really well suited. Two of Wands, you know, both of those wands are brilliant. You can see both those wands. There's nothing wrong with either of those wands. But can you bring the two together? No, you can't. They won't be harmonised, and it is a shame. But it's a triumph for you. It's a victory, okay? It is a victory to accept that something is just not aligning, whether it is your twin flame and you've come into acceptance that is just it. Unfortunately, it was just an experience that was never going to harmonise and come together fully as a real relationship should. But look what you overcame through it. Look what a victory you had personally because of what you learned, you know. Or if it's a relationship since your twin flame, you've made so many realizations, so many more realizations than you did with the twin flame. You know, you've learned even more, and you're even more wise now, you know, and you're now coming into your power, because the Ace of Swords is power. You know, you really, really are coming into your power now. So they're saying, you know, you're making the right decisions here to accept something with this person. You know, you've been confused. It's probably just when you're with them, your heart was just going, you know, crazy. You know, you could have been crazy about each other. Most likely, and I think that's probably why this person's focusing so much on work or their responsibilities, because honestly, deep down, this person's still crazy about you. They've got Page of Pentacles energy. They still think about you. They're still attracted to you, and they're still pretty crazy over you. But for some reason, I think to do with issues of their past, they've decided to just depart and sort of throw themselves open to the universe and just say, do you know what, I don't know why this is happening to me, but I just can't proceed. I can't connect on an emotional level. I think because of things that they've got heartache from the past, and they've thrown it open to Spirit, and they've decided to just immerse themselves in their work or their responsibilities. It is quite cold. On the plus side for this person, they're probably getting themselves into a bit more of a stable mental health at the moment, and a bit more of a positive energy, because I don't think they're involved with any toxic situations. I think they're actually focusing on the things they should be focusing on now. But obviously they're still crazy about you. It's just they can't, it looks like they just can't commit for whatever reason. And I go back to the fact that they've got emotional issues due to their past. But you've made the right decisions. That's what Tarot's saying. March is going to be a month where you really reach a deeper state of solidarity within yourself. There's more self-love here. There's more, you know, just enjoying being yourself more, enjoying your life, because you can now do things. You know, you can meet up with people, you can have fun, you can explore, you can be on your own even, whatever it may be, and you actually just feel more content and you have more joy, like you actually enjoy life again, you know, rather than constantly thinking about this person, feeling like you're trying to battle them, like you're trying to win them over all the time. Like, it shouldn't be like that, should it? So March is going to be a month of breakthrough. You know, it's a massive breakthrough for you. You're feeling better. You know you've made the right decisions, and you're actually feeling more self-love, and you're enjoying your life more, you know. Brilliant. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, you've got here the devil cards, right? I'm not going to lie. I have to show you what the cards say. And I think it's a temporary thing. I think, now, this is two things. Either your person could try to come back, because I did say to you, they're still really attracted to you. They could put temptation in your way with the devil cards, because it can be lust. So they may try to tempt you back. But beware, because if they do, and this is a lover, this is just purely sexual, and it's naughty, okay? Because it could be just them trying to tempt you back, okay? The only other thing it can mean is that temporarily you might feel a bit sad, you know, that this is kind of like how it's gone. But it's a temporary state. When you get the devil card, it's temporary, okay? And you are able, through your own consciousness levels, you're able to rise out of that low vibration and either say, no, I'm just not going to be tempted by you again. Is the temptation? No. There's no confusion. I think in March, there's just no confusion whatsoever. You know your value, you know your worth. The first card was the heart. We also have the Ace of Cups, which is the heart of the tarot. You know, there's no confusion. You now know your own heart, and you know and accept what is right for you. And this situation, I do think this is confirmation that this situation with this person is not right for you. But it's temporary, that if you feel any temptation or you feel any sadness in March, it will be very temporary, because you've got the Ten of Cups, which is happiness and contentment, very much like the Ace of Cups. I feel you could literally, the minute you say no to that person, or you're saying no in your head and you're saying, I'm not going to think about that person anymore, the minute you do that, you could well be meeting somebody that literally makes you happy, because that is, you know, that is happiness in all respects. So yes, you could, if you take the higher vibration and say no, you could be on the road to happiness with somebody else. And I know some of you might not be ready to hear that. Some of you might not even really resonate with this reading at all. But all I can say is this: we're a soul family, and I know majority of you that I speak to, you know, you have done a lot of acceptance work around your twin flame. And I know some of you, even since your twin flame, have had another relationship with somebody that also struggles with emotional connection. And it is sad and it is hard, but it's taking you to a much stronger place where you have a lot more skill at observing people and emotionally observing yourself and knowing emotionally where you are and also emotionally where other people are. And you've got more like strength in yourself emotionally to say no to things that don't feel right. You know, say no to the devil card and say hello to higher vibrations that lead you to love. So let's have a quick look at what your spirit guides are saying. I think it's a really strong reading. If you're trying to move away from people that are emotionally not able to connect, I think this is a very strong reading, because I just think you've got that strength now to make the right choices for yourself and say no. I don't care if you still are attracted to me. I don't care if you still think about me. And I don't care if you even try to tempt me, because I know what I need to do. I need to be determined to follow what is right for me in my heart and my vibration. And that is actual happiness, you know, actual contentment. It's very clear. I think there's no confusion in this reading whatsoever. This, to me, is as clear as day. And that's quite funny. I just said that because I forgot that card was about confusion. I think March is just clearing up the confusion. Going into the heart. The first card was the heart. We've got the Ace of Cups. We've got the Ten of Cups. You know, this is all about knowing yourself and the truth in your heart. And you won't pull yourself out of vibrational alignment for anyone. You're just not going to do it. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest. So Spirit is saying all of these beautiful things that you need now in March. Nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest. It's a time to water your garden. You know, look at that. That is bizarre, isn't it? Because she's in a garden. Doesn't matter what gender or sexuality you are. She's in a garden and that's all the water. So they're saying... March is a month where you start to really blossom. You start to really, really blossom. Spirit's behind you, nourishing you. There's no confusion anymore. And even if this person tries to tempt you, I think you know, you've sort of outgrown certain situations. You have. And you're moving into much more, you know, contentment and just happiness, whatever you're doing. You know, you're becoming the happiness first and then happiness will seek you. And that's really what's happening in March. So I'm sending you lots of love and peace because I know it's not easy with all these journeys. If you want to book in, you know you can. Go to my website, awakeningstarot.co.uk. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.